And we're back at the cabin. It's getting late, sort of. It's more so that it's getting dark earlier. It's like 8:45 or so. And so I'm gonna get in here and start working on getting this stuff unloaded. I got a bunch of electrical stuff in the car, and we're gonna get started this evening, see how late I feel like working. All right, we got some stuff we got to move around here. Get ready to drill some holes, mount some boxes in here, and I would like to at least get some lights on in here tonight. So that would be really super cool. All right, well, first thing I'm going to do is figure out where I want all my boxes at. There's not very many. Usually I would chalk a line. That way I can just run everything along there. But there's not very many, so I'm just going to measure each individual box out and go from there. Now I'm sure there's a lot of you that have way more experience doing electrical work than I do, so everything here is just very basic because it's a small cabin and because Chris is wanting something very simple. So I don't know everything about electrical work, but I've got a little bit of experience doing it and plenty of experience enough to know how to do all this stuff. Between what experience I have, and then I have a couple of electrician friends that I can credit with having helped me out with tips and tricks for doing this stuff and for making sure everything's to code. It may not be run as efficiently as somebody may be able to do it that does it professionally. It's going to be run off of a generator, at least for this foreseeable future, unless either Chris sells the cabin or they get power out here. But even at that point, we would just change some things in the panel because everything outside the panel is run and designed for being on the grid. So that would be a simple adjustment to make. I've ran all the electrical on 4 different circuits. You'll see that at the end on the panel, but that should ensure that nothing is ever overloaded, and the limiting factor will be the generator. Now, another question people might have is, where did you learn to do all this stuff? It's not every day that you see someone who's building a cabin off the grid in Alaska. So, some backstory on my experience with this. When we moved to Alaska in 2010, after my dad retired from the military, the house we had bought wasn't finished, and we ended up living in a camper for a little while until we got it to where we could live in it through the winter. We just lived in there with insulation and bare walls. We just put up sheets for privacy around the bathrooms and bedrooms and stuff until we were able to afford things as we went. And so with that, I learned a lot about construction work, and especially being homeschooled, we were able to do our schoolwork around working on things at the house. So as I got older and I wanted to get a dirt bike, my dad wanted us to buy our own toys as far as that stuff goes. My parents did a great job of actually providing everything we needed for us, but something like that, he didn't want us to just throw away something that was given to us as a gift. He wanted us to earn it, and then we would appreciate it more. So I started doing some construction work here and there with a contractor from my church, and over the years, as I got older, I ended up working for him full-time. But that's what got me my start, was wanting a dirt bike, and so I started working construction, started getting the hang of it, and went from there. Well, we've got quite a bit of wire run. I've got all the outlets hooked into the main circuit here that I'm going to run, and working on the lights. The only lights I don't have yet are this ceiling fan box and then the outside floodlights. I got 2 boxes out there I need to run wire to. I'm going to get some food, get a drink. I'm getting dehydrated, and I hit the sack. I'm tired, and it's 1 in the morning, so I'm gonna go to bed, sleep in. I'm happy with where I got to today, so I think I'll be able to get it knocked out pretty quick in the morning. But I'm gonna sleep in and start again when I'm fresh. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I was hoping to get a couple lights wired in tonight, but that's just not gonna happen. I need to focus on getting the wire run to all the boxes I could, and so I did. And we're gonna finish it up in the morning. We'll see you then. Well, I'm awake now. Slept pretty good. This mattress is very comfortable, so that was nice. And I'm gonna get some breakfast and get back to work. Hopefully we'll get done running the wire pretty quick. Then it's just making up the boxes and such, but that should be fairly easy. Anyways, I'm gonna get to it. So for breakfast, I'm gonna be making a Mountain House meal. The breakfast meals are generally pretty expensive, so I tend to just eat a regular dinner meal or lunch meal, whatever you want to call it, instead of doing the breakfast ones. The breakfast ones do taste good, but for the amount of calories and protein you get out of that, I'd rather just have something that's a little cheaper, and I end up getting more protein and calories out of it. So usually I can live off of one, maybe two of these a day if I'm hunting. But for today, I'm just going to eat this and then get something on the way home. If you've never had a Mountain House meal, it's just a freeze-dried meal that you pour boiling water into, stir it up, let it sit for about anywhere from 7 to 9 minutes depending on the meal size, and then you just eat it. So if you haven't had one, I'd recommend grabbing one. I mean, you can buy them at Walmart, Fred Meyer's in Alaska here, any sporting goods store, hiking store, any of those places ought to have them. And it's good to have some on hand too, just in case of emergency. You never know when something might happen, power goes out, or natural disaster. It's just good to have some of this stuff on hand, and especially coffee to have on hand, because can't live without coffee. Alright, well, we got most of the wire run. I've got 2 home runs in here. I need to get another couple of them to go to the panel and tie everything in together, and then we'll be all set. But I've only got another 250-foot roll of wire, and I don't need that much. So I'm gonna run out to the store and grab some more wire, come back and finish this, and then start making up boxes. So I'm gonna run over to the store and I'll be back. Well, let's get back to work. We're gonna go ahead and make up the boxes now. I've got, like I said, the majority of the wire run, just a few things left to do and to finish that up. But we're gonna get the boxes made up and all the receptacles and switches put in and get things buttoned up. I grabbed 4 temporary lights to put in, that way they'll have something when they come down here as a family to do the installation and all that stuff, and it'll make it a little nicer and they can work a little later or hang out and play games, whatever they want to do. But that way we can also test out the circuits easily and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so we're getting ready to do a smoke test. We've got our power cord here running into the building. I should have gotten more cord. This doesn't even reach the ground here, but hey, live and you learn. But for now, this will work, and we can change things later. So I'm gonna go and get this thing started. It'll plug in here, and whichever way it's supposed to go, just like that. Anyways, let me get this thing started and we'll plug it in. All right, everything's showing good. Shouldn't be any load on here. I've got all of the breakers turned off. And yes, of course, I forgot some parts, so I'm gonna have to get some things to button up the box completely, but we've got enough material here to be able to get everything turned on safely and not have any issues. But as far as things being completely done, I gotta grab a couple more things. All right, we got all the breakers off currently. We're gonna start turning them on, see how if it adds any load to the generator. Okay, we've got all the light switches off currently, so we'll turn these on. There's our kitchen lights. That works. So our living room light. And this one will be the ceiling fan at some point. This one's gonna be the outside lights. We don't have those hooked up yet. Outlet works on this circuit. And we'll check the circuit in here in the kitchen. Got power there also. And then for the loft lights, you wanted the switch here. Let's check that. And we have lights in the loft. All right, so that's everything. I'm gonna get everything shut down, start packing my tools up, and work on getting out of here. It's been a good trip. Took a couple hours longer than I was hoping to, but that's all right. We got a lot done. I am happy with this, and I'm hoping he will be too. Not nearly as clean as it was last time I left, but I'm just gonna have to go with what I got. Don't really have the time to stick around and pick up everything, but should be good with how it is. I'm not a professional electrician by any means, because you can tell I cleaned up some. If I was a professional, wouldn't have picked up anything, but I guess I gotta work on that. Anyways, I'm gonna stop and grab some food on the way out of town and hit the road and just cruise, and hopefully we'll not have any issues getting back. Well, it's been a quick trip. Got a lot of work done. It was good. Now I'm gonna get in the house and get a shower have some dinner at 9:30 now, and get some sleep. Get ready to go to church in the morning. Appreciate y'all watching. It's going to be a little bit probably before we get the next video out as far as the cabin content. Budget is a real thing, and when there's not much budget, it's hard to do stuff. So Lord willing, we'll get some more stuff out here before too long, but it might be a little bit. So just bear with us and all that, and we'll get back with you. Well, if you enjoyed that, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to follow along for our next adventure. And while you're at it, check out the other videos we have on our channel and explore Alaska with us. Thanks for watching, and we hope you have a blessed day.